Sorry guys, I think there was some interruption. Okay, let's start. See, next we have to consider three cases. See, we are looking for Cauchy Euler function, right? So in Cauchy Euler function, I hope, I don't know, video let's start. See, actually, this is the general representation. If you find any equation like this, any equation in the sense, you have to express, this is the differential coefficient. If your differential coefficient will be multiplied by its corresponding independent variable. This is called independent, this is called dependent variable, right? If it is in this format, then what we have to do, go to the LHS side, right? Consider x into d by dx replace it by d. X square into d square by dx square, you can replace it by d into d minus 1. X cube into d cube upon dx cube will be replaced by d into d minus 1 into d minus 2 and so on. This journey will be continuous. At the same time, go to the RHS of the system. RHS lo poite replace x by e power z. Clear? So you have to do two things. In the RHS side, you can consider any type of signal. The signal that we are going to consider, is it going good class? I don't know. Let me check it by myself. Please wait. Yeah, I think it's going good. Let's start our journey with this, right? So z equal to ln x, right? See, what I have to do, go to the RHS. RHS la neenga enna function alla consider pannikalam, right? Any functions in the sense, the conclusion, please wait a minute. I don't know whether the class is going good or not. Let me check it by myself. Yeah, okay, fine. Guys, listen, RHS la you can consider x power m, e power x, sinusoidal function, cosine function. I don't want to know that one. You can keep any type of signal that you want. But the thing is, LHS la வந்து நீங்க x into d by dx க்கு பதிலா இந்த steps apply பண்ணும்போது at the same time go to the RHS, wherever you have x, replace it by e power z. Then proceed further, right? And then full complete solution போட்டு முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் go to the final step, replace z by ln x, because see there, if x is equal to e power z, then ln x equal to what? Z only. Just to take ln on both sides, you will get this one. So finally, I don't want z. My original independent variable is x only. But if x is being written as e power z, then z will be written as ln x only. In order to get back the original position or the original value, original independent variable, we have to take inverse. That is, z will be replaced by ln x. Clear? Okay. Just to keep these things in your mind. Let's try and keep that is to take some other variables. Let's bring the answer. Okay. Let me rub this one. Yeah. Now, how do we bring the answer? Let's see. Let us consider some variables. Now what I am going to take, let us consider x square into d square upon dx square into y plus 5 into x into dy upon dx plus 6 into y. Clear? Equal to, right? Equal to, let us consider x power 1. Okay, 10x. Enough. Shall we bring the answer? Yes. Find out the complementary function first for this question, right? Definitely we can find the complementary function, because what I can say, left hand side like characteristic equation எழுத முடியும். At the same time, particular integration also will exist, because we are considering some type of signal. Let's see how to bring the solution for this type of signals, right? So the solution is, let me write. See, we all know x square into d square by dx square can be replaced by d into d minus 1 into y plus x into d by dx can be replaced by d only into y plus 6 into y equal to 0. Just I am writing a complementary function, so don't consider, keep your attention with the right side of the signal. Now if I will reduce these two, it will become d square minus d plus 5 times of d plus 6. You can take y outside. Anyway, y is not my motto. Characteristic equation only I want, equal to 0. Take y outside, consider only characteristic equation. So it is going to be d square and it will become 4 times of d plus 6 equal to 0. Yes, right? And can you break these roots directly? I hope, I think directly you cannot break these roots, right? Directly you cannot break these roots. So what shall we do now? Let me do one thing. Let us reduce this value, right? I want 4 only, right? Let's keep 6 here. If I'll keep 6, then what I will get? இங்க 6 போட்டிங்க அப்படின்னா minus d plus 6 will become 5. Say just to avoid the wasting our time, right? Because இப்போ நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், அப்போ ரூட்ஸ் வந்துடும். நீங்க கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக் ஈக்குவேஷன் வச்சு சால்வ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா minus b square plus or minus roots of b square minus 4ac by 2a formula பண்ணி you'll get some other roots. I don't want to go with that, is waste my time, so let me write the answer directly. I'm changing the value. I'm considering 6 such that I'm getting 5 now. Can you break the roots? Exactly. 2 plus 3 will become 5. 2 into 3 will give you 6, such that these roots are can be directly written as d plus 5 into d plus 3 equal to 0. Can you write the solution for this? Of course. Complementary function for this case can be written as, is it visible for you all? Yes, that portion is visible. Let me write. So a into e power d plus 5 in the sense d equal to minus 5. D plus 3 in the sense d equal to minus 3. So it can be written as t x dana. Yes. Minus 5x plus b into e power minus 3x. This is the complementary function. Yes. Now what is the next target? We have to obtain particular integration, right? So particular integration in the sense we have to consider. Let me do particular integration, same procedure. What is the procedure? We should consider RHS upon characteristic function, that is characteristic equation. But in the RHS we have x only, but we cannot consider x. What I've been told you, x would have been replaced by e power z. So you will have to replace it by e power z, then substitute. Characteristic equation of the system can be written as, where is the characteristic equation? This is, right? Or otherwise take this one. That is going to be d square plus 5 times of d plus what I can consider 6. See there, now I have e power z. If I have exponential function, then what will be the solution? Exponential function அதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன வேல்யூ இருக்கு? 1 e power a z. So a equal to 1. So it will be 10 into e power z divided by a will be replaced by 1 now. So 1 square will become 1. 5 times of 1 will become 5 plus 6, such that it will be 10 by 12, or I can write 10 by 12 now 5 by 6. So it can be written as 5 upon 6 into e power z. But anyway, what is the answer? 5 by final step வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் I told you just to replace wherever you have z. Right? See, if you have z, then that function, guys, one second. Here, please forgive me. Here, see there. We will have to write the answer in terms of what? Z. Right? We will have to consider the function's answers in terms of z. Then in the final step only, z is going to be replaced by, z will be replaced by ln x. Right? So here also, we have to write the answer in terms of z. We have to consider, right? Actually நான் z க்கு டைரக்ட்டா வந்து x க்கு பதிலா z போடல, termsே வந்து z ல தான் இருக்கும், right? These terms had been brought in the form of z only, and then you can replace this z by ln x. Okay, final step. See, once again I am repeating, while writing the complementary function you should write your terms in terms of z directly. Don't mean that x had been directly replaced by z. Sir, x க்கு பதிலா e power z தான போடணும், நீங்க எப்படி டைரக்ட்டா? Don't think like that. Actually your function will be in the form of z only. Already it was being replaced. இந்த whole term replace பண்ணி நீங்க d ல எழுதுறீங்கல, அதோட ஆன்சரே வந்து z ஃபார்மட்ல தான் இருக்கும், right? So final answer எழுதும்போது z ல எழுதிட்டா, at last while writing the answer you will have to again, you are supposed to replace this z once again by ln x. Okay, and then you can replace it. Fine. So let me try. That is going to be 5 by z. Anyway, e power z will be replaced by what? Ln x. இப்போ z க்கு பதிலா ln x போட்டீங்க அப்படினா you are going to get 5 times of x upon 6 only. That is the answer, right? At the same time, let me write the complementary function. See, I made a mistake, please correct it. Complementary function, initially complementary function can be written in the form of z. I am repeating once again, clear? Don't consider x at any cost. Always final step full of எல்லாமே z ல தான் வரும். Final step ல மட்டும் தான் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க, you have to replace it by ln x. Clear? Yes. Let me rub this one. Let me write the final answer. So the final answer, இப்போ இந்த கேஸ் இதுக்கு complementary functionக்கு final answer என்ன வரும்? a into e power minus 5 into, once again z can be replaced by ln x. Okay, plus b into e power minus 3 into z can be replaced by ln x, such that it can be further reduced to be e power, guys listen, in the minus 5 நான் எப்படி எழுதுறேன் அப்படின்னா e power ln of x power minus 5 ன்னு எழுதிக்கிறேன். Did I make any mistake here? No, right? Because what we all know, ln of a power b can be written as b into ln a, right? So like that, இப்போ இங்க b க்கு பதிலா நமக்கு என்ன இருக்கு? -5 இருக்கு. I am just passing it to the numerator, right? Sir, in the power of x, such that it can be written as b into e power, right, ln of, it can be written as x power minus 3. So what is the correct answer? So the correct answer is going to be, it is become what? E power ln is e power ln of something, e power ln a equal to a only. So it can be written as a into x power minus 5, b into x power minus 3, right? And this is going to be the complementary function. Particular integration, 5 times of x by 6. So what is the final answer? Final answer is going to be, let me write. Final answer is going to be a into x power minus 5 or x power minus 5 நீங்கள் denominator pass பண்ணீங்கன்னா x power 5 plus b by x power 3 plus 5x upon 6, that is going to be whole solution. Clear? Yes. Let me take one more example in order to demonstrate these things, right? That is very clearly, right? Because then only you will get the clear idea, right? Question is very simple, but you have to understand. That's very important, right? Yeah, let me know these things. Finally, next what we are going to consider, let us take some other example. Let us consider d square y upon dt square t square or x square. It's up to you, right? Exam la enna kudukrangalo neenga use panikalam. Anyway, I have to let you all to understand. Let's go ahead with the let me take minus 16, okay, into y equal to, let us consider 5 into x power 2. Okay, now what is the solution? Complementary function first of all, right? See, I forgot to consider this one. But what is the answer for this one, right? Answer for this function is going to be, right? So it can be written as d square. Okay, now proceed பண்ணுவோம் என்ன எழுதிக்கலாம், right? இதுக்கு நீங்க என்ன எழுதுவீங்க? x square into d square by dx square can be replaced by, first let me write step by step, d into d minus 1 minus 16, that is going to be the characteristic equation, and then we have to equal it to 0 such that it is going to be d square minus d minus 16 equal to 0. Anyway, this is the only one root, I got different values. Okay, let me try it, right? We have to bring the answer for this one. D square minus d minus 16 எப்படி break பண்ணுவீங்க? Formula use பண்ணுங்க. minus b அப்படினா c. Let us try. Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon twice of a. I cannot break the roots directly, so let me go ahead with the formula. Minus b oda value minus 1, already formula or minus, inga or minus, such that it will become plus 1, plus or minus root of b square is 1 minus 4, value of a is 1, c is minus 16. Minus 16, a is 1, a na inga varanum, right? So that is a, this is inga varadhu b, this is c, right? Anyway, a equal to 1. Denominator twice of a is 1. Reduce the function. We are going to get 1 plus or minus under root 4 times of 16 will give you 64. Minus into minus will become plus. 64 plus 1 will become root of 65. Exactly. Upon 2. Upon 2. Anyway, by using calculus you can proceed further. Anyway, let me write like this. Minus 1 plus root 65 upon 2. Let me call it as x1. Minus 1 minus root 65 upon 2, let me call it as x2. Guys, you can take calculus, find out the value of root of 65, right? Otherwise, let me approximately put the value. 64 க்கு value எடுத்தா என்ன வரும்? 8 தான். 65 னா nearer 8 தான் வரும். So let me go ahead, right? Approximate value. You can take calculus, do it by yourself in order to obtain the accurate value. Anyway, 8 minus 1 will going to be 7. 7 by 2 will be 3.5. Minus 8 minus 1 will become, that is minus 9. Minus 9 by 2 will be minus 4.5. Such that your answer can be written as a into e power minus 3.5 times of z. I am telling you, write the answer in terms of z, plus b into e power minus 4.5 times of z. Clear? That is the complementary function. Clear? Now, what is the particular integration? Particular integration is going to be, we have to consider 5 into x will be replaced by e power z whole square. In the denominator, we are going to consider d square minus d minus 16. Clear? That is our characteristic equation. Then just to substitute, we know what to do. 5 into e power z, e power z whole square can be written as e power 2z upon, see there, value of a is 2 now. A is 2. அப்ப d க்கு பதிலா என்ன சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்? 2 சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணிக்கலாமா? 2 சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணுங்க. 2 square become 4 minus 2 minus 16. So minus 18 plus 4 will become minus 14. So the answer is minus 5 by 14. This is the particular integration. So finally minus 5 by 14 into e power 2 into z will be replaced by ln x. Last step, right? So what is the answer? Again, in the 2 enga pogum, x power 2 ku poidum. Appo the answer enna varum? Minus 5 times of x square upon 14. What about the complementary function? Complementary function க்கு நீங்க solution எழுதுனீங்க அப்படினா see, let me write the final answer. Let us rub rest of all things. Let's try to bring the answer. What is the final answer? The final answer is going to be, right, so that is going to be a into, இப்போ z க்கு பதிலா we have to replace ln x, right, so that it can be written as e power minus 3.5 into ln x plus b into e power minus 4.5 into ln x plus final answer, right, particular integration also can be clubbed together, 5x square by 14. So the answer is going to be e power, sorry, a dot, guys we all know this minus e power minus 3.5 நம்ம x க்கு பவர்ல எழுதிக்கலாம், minus 4.5 x பவர்ல எழுதிக்கலாம், so it will become, right, so it can be written as x power minus 3.5 plus b into x power minus 4.5 minus 5 times of x square upon 14 is the final solution. Clear? So that is how we are finding the solutions with the help of that is Cauchy Euler function. I hope things are very clear to you all. Just to remember, because last year I think last year ku munadi nenikren in GATE only they were tested with this type of equations, actually very easy questions, right, chilly questions will be tested. Okay, in TRB at all one step answers only, right, always question 4 steps 5 steps தான், because time consumption உங்களுக்கு TRB TNB ரெண்டுமே duration கம்மி தான், right, so you'll be tested with some smartness. இந்த மாதிரி questions வந்தாலும் 2 steps 3 steps ல answer வர மாதிரி சிம்பிளா கொடுப்பாங்க, right, so just if you remember the procedure you can crack it, right, that's all, it's enough. Clear? This is all about differential equation. So your syllabus of the differential equation is completely over, right? Now my task is, I said finally we should talk about one more person, that is we should know the difference, right, we have to know the difference between the linear equations and non-linear equations. If a set of equation will be given to you, how will you find whether the given equation is different linear equation or non-linear equation? Nowadays, right, in the present year questions papers at all, if you go and take any question paper, at least from the differential equation they are testing directly, they are giving some questions and they are testing you whether the given question is linear equation or non-linear equation. See, and I had been noticed some of the publications making some blunder mistakes, blindly they are writing the given equation is always linear, there was some transcendental equation, transcendental terms are there, they are making mistakes. Please don't follow any solutions. First understand the procedure, apply it, go ahead with your own method, don't follow anything, right, because today morning also I have seen one of the publication made a blunder mistakes, directly they wrote the answer, somewhere they are considering linear, at the same time in some other places they are writing same question as non-linear. Actually that is not at all being correct actually, right, so the correct approach is first what is the difference between linearity and non-linearity? How do I find ஒரு differential equation கொடுத்திருக்கும்போது அது உண்மையிலே linear இருக்கா இல்லையா அப்படிங்கிறது, that is in mathematics we have some observations. First let me give that observations and just register those things into your brain, right, with that procedure you will be able to give the answer. Just by looking the equation you can give the answer. First thing, right. See, what do we mean by transcendental and what do you mean by, you have to know some meanings here. Meaning அப்படினா என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்றது புரியணும், right. First, what is the difference between dependent variable and independent variable? Let me write. See, ஒரு function வந்து நம்ம இப்படி எழுதுறோம்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க, such keep the heading difference between linear and non-linear equations, that's all. Okay, fine. Anyway, a function is given like this, dy by dx. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு differential, it is called what? Differential coefficient. First of all, this person is called differential coefficient, right. If I have a variable, this is called C. In the differential coefficient let me write y is the dependent variable. Do you all agree with me? Yes, y is the dependent variable, y is the dependent variable. Similarly, x is called independent variable. Do you all agree with me? Yes, this is called independent variable. X is called independent variable. Yes, now we should keep two things in your mind. The thing is always ஒரு ஈக்குவேஷன் வந்து லீனியரா இருக்கணும் அப்படினா first we should take differential equation எடுத்துக்கணும். At the same time, see here this is called dependent variable na, we have to consider two people, dy by dx, right, y. இப்போ ரெண்டு பேர் எடுத்துக்கிறேன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க, நான் இப்போ ரெண்டு டேர்ம் எடுத்துக்கிறேன், let us club me together. இப்போ நான் அந்த ரெண்டு ஈக்குவேஷனை ஒண்ணா கிளப் பண்ணி எழுதுறேன். ஜஸ்ட் கவனிங்க, dy by dx அப்படி நான் எழுதுறேன் அப்படினா first this is simply called dependent variable, right, this person is simply called dependent variable and this is called differential coefficient. Y is dependent variable dana, because it is depending on the value of x, so y is simply called depending variable, whereas dy by dx is called differential coefficient, right. Now the thing is degree of differential coefficient and degree of dependent variable are going to be 1. First condition, See, don't think, sir, dy by dx மட்டும் தான் வரணுமா? No, no, no. I did not mean like that. You can consider d power n upon dx power n. Let me generalize any values. You can consider any value. Let me generalize. Right? You can consider d power n y upon dx power n. Any differential equation, right? That is differential coefficient. You can consider dn dx commonly, right? In general. Here, y is going to be the dependent variable and x is going to be the independent variable. The conclusion is, power of these two people, you will have to consider degree 1. That's very important. Similarly, final step la enna neenga reduce பண்ணிட்டே போகும்போது dependent variable இருந்தது அப்படினா அதோட பவரும் கண்டிப்பா degree of dependent variable என்னவா இருக்கணும்? 1 தான் இருக்கணும். differential equation 1 தான் வரணும். dependent variable தனியா வந்தாலும் அதுக்கும் degree 1 தான் வரணும். first condition in order to be a linear equation, right? So degree of, write this statement clearly, degree of differential equation, that is differential coefficient as well as, right, under dependent variable, degree of differential coefficient under dependent variable, right? Dependent variable அப்படினா y, dependent variable is to be what? So degree of differential coefficient under different variable are must be what? 1. Clear? That is the first condition. They must be 1. Mandatory condition in order to be a linear function, right? ஒரு function வந்து linear இருக்குனா இந்த கண்டிஷனை கண்டிப்பா அது satisfy பண்ணிரணும். Second thing, cross product cannot be allowed between differential coefficient and dependent variable. Cross product அப்படினா மீனிங் என்ன? cross product அப்படினா you cannot, இப்போ இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷன் எடுத்துக்கிட்டா இதுல see இல்ல dependent variable யாருங்க? y is the dependent variable, correct? So y is the dependent variable and this is the differential coefficient, right? Cross product அப்படினா you cannot write the function like this, d into d power n upon like dx power n into dy, d power n into y. This cross product cannot be acceptable. This is wrong, right? So that is cross product அப்படினா differential coefficient cannot be, right? In case of linear equation, right, cross product cannot be acceptable. அப்படினா மீனிங் என்ன? y power n ஐயும் d something y into dy by dx அப்படிங்கிற டேர்ம் வரவே கூடாது. லைக் y into dy by dx இந்த மாதிரி வரக்கூடாது. y square into d square y by dx square னு எழுதுறது இந்த மாதிரி. see, இங்கே dependent variable, இங்கே dependent variable இந்த மாதிரி வரக்கூடாது. இப்படி வந்துச்சுனா that is called non linear. அப்படி வரக்கூடாது, right? So such type of terms are not acceptable. At the same time இப்படி நீங்க எழுத கூடாது. எப்படி? dy by dx into cross productல d square y by dx square same term multiply ஆகக்கூடாது. that is also non linear. Clear? So the conclusion is what? That is, cross product between the differential equations and dependent variables are not allowed in linear system. Clear? So அவங்களுக்குள்ள என்ன வரக்கூடாது? புரியுதா? y into dy by dx வரவே கூடாது. அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் மல்டிபிள் ஆகவே கூடாது. Clear? Yes. So that is the next mandatory condition, right? And next condition is transcendental equations are always non-linear. If you find any transcendental term, right? Transcendental, right? So transcendental terms are always linear. Transcendental equation are always linear. Transcendental equations are always non-linear. Please mark my word, that is non-linear. Transcendental equations are always non-linear. So what do you mean by transcendental? The thing is, if you are writing the expression like this, like if you find any term ln y, like cosine of y, cosine of x, that is a dependent variable. Here y is dependent variable. Transcendental equation, I am talking about dependent variable. Independent variable க்கு யார் வேணாலும் வரலாங்க. நாங்க independent பத்தி நாங்க பேசவே கிடையாது. Now I am talking about dependent variable. See, first thing you all have to understand, I ஏற்கனவே சொல்லியிருந்தேன், dependent variable க்கு independent variable என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் அப்படினா, independent அப்படிங்கிறது உங்களோட இன்புட் சிக்னல், dependent variable அப்படினா உங்களோட சிஸ்டம். அப்ப சிஸ்டம் ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் எடுத்துட்டு யாரோ ஒரு இடத்துல வந்து லீனியரா நான் லீனியரா அப்படின்ட்டு நம்ம யாரை பத்தி பேசுவோம் அப்படின்னா சிஸ்டம் பத்தி தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேசுவோம். லைக் எங்கிட்ட இப்போ ஆல்டர்னேட்டர் ரெடியா இருக்குங்க, ஆனா நீங்க வீட்டுல கனெக்ட் பண்ணிருக்க லோடு எல்லாம் லீனியரா இருக்கா, நான் கனெக்ட் பண்ற சோர்ஸ்க்கு அது பர்ஃபெக்ட்டா ஒர்க் ஆகுமா, அதான் நான் கேட்கறேன். ஏன்னா நீங்க வீட்டுல கனெக்ட் பண்ணிருக்க எல்லா லோடும் டிபெண்டன்ட் லோட்ஸ், தே ஆர் டிபெண்டிங் ஆன் மை சோர்ஸ். I am the independent load. So நீங்க என்ன பத்தி வரி பண்ண வேண்டிய தேவை கிடையாது. நான் ரெடியா இருக்கேன், முதல்ல உங்க சிஸ்டம் ரெடியா இருக்கான்னு செக் பண்ணி சொல்லுங்க நான் கேக்குறேன், ரைட்? So always you should check டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிள்ஸ்லாம் ப்ராப்பரா இருக்கா நீங்க செக் பண்ணணும். இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் வந்து எப்படினாலும் இருக்கும். ஏன்னா இண்டிபெண்டன்ட்டோட வர்க் என்னன்னா அது வந்து ப்ராப்பரா பவரை வந்து டெலிவரி பண்ணணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிரைமரி டாஸ்கே நம்ம இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்ஸ் வந்து ரெடி பண்ணிடுவோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் பேஸ்ட் ஆன் அவைலபிள் இன்புட்டை வச்சு தான் we should think இந்த லோடு வந்து இந்த லோடுக்கு இந்த சிஸ்டம்க்கு ஒர்க் ஆகுமா, இந்த சிக்னலுக்கு ஒர்க் ஆகுமான்றதை செக் பண்ணணும், ரைட்? So the conclusion is independent variable பத்தி இங்க வரி பண்ண வேண்டியதே இல்ல. See there, always I am talking about dependent variable. See the differential coefficient, see dependent இங்கே நான் dependent variable பத்தி தான் பேசுறேன், இங்கே dependent variable பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன், இங்கே dependent variable பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன், right? So transcendental terms of dependent variable is not acceptable. If it is there, then there is non-linear. See, some of the publications had made blunder mistakes in this type of equations. Don't accept, right? Don't see any procedures, don't follow any books, make very clear notes, right? And then follow. Take your question, just to look at the question, keep your answer. Shall we proceed now? Let us take the various examples, then you'll get the very clear idea. Don't forget this degree, don't forget this cross product, don't forget this transcendental term. Keep these three things into your mind. With this, let us examine this various examples, then you'll get the very clear idea how we are differentiating the linear equations from non-linear equations. Clear? See, recent days, right, people are often started taking the questions for 2 marks. You know, the beauty is you will be tested for 2 marks for this worthless question. Let me prove it. You will come to know whether it is worth or worthless questions. Yeah, for an example, I have a function like this, dy by dx plus let me consider x into y equal to, let us consider x power 4. I am just asking you whether it is linear or not. இதில் யாரெல்லாம் வந்திருக்கா, ஒரு டிஃபரன்ஷியல் கோஎஃபிஷியன்ட் இருக்கு, அதோட டிகிரி 1 இருக்கு, அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிள், இங்கே y இதுதான் டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிள். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டிட்டர்மைன் இது இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிளா இல்லை டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிளா? Dependent, because it is depending on the value of x, whereas x is independent variable. So don't worry about x. நான் சொன்னேன் x எப்படியாலும் இருந்துட்டு அதை பற்றி நீங்கள் கேர் பண்ணவே தேவையில்லை. உங்களோட டார்கெட் டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிளில் மட்டும்தான் இருக்கும். இங்கே டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிளோட டிகிரி 1, சாரி டிஃபரன்ஷியல் கோஎஃபிஷியன்டோட டிகிரி 1, டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிளோட டிகிரி 1 தான் இருக்கு. 2 conditions satisfied. And then cross product தான் எதுவும் கிடையாது. cross productனா y into dy by dx அப்படிங்கிற டேர்ம்லாம் கிடையாது. ஸோ அதுவும் இங்கே கிடையாது. அடுத்ததாக டிரான்ஸ்டென்டல்னா லைக் tan y, cos y, sin y, log y, e power y, sin y, cos y, ln y எல்லாமே டிரான்ஸ்டென்டல் தான். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி எந்த ஒரு டேர்மும் இங்கே கிடையாது. ஸோ பர்ஃபெக்ட்லி you can tell that the given equation is linear, sir. Clear? Yes. Second, let us consider, is it homogeneous or non-homogeneous? Linear, but that is non-homogeneous. Why? We know the difference between homogeneous and non-homogeneous. Right side la signal கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா அது non-homogeneous, right side la signal இல்லைனா homogeneous. Matrixல பார்த்தோம்ல, ax equal to 0 homogeneous, ax equal to b non-homogeneous. right side la value வந்திருக்குல்ல, இங்கேயும் வந்திருக்கு, அப்போ non-homogeneous. Clear? Don't think too much. Fine. That is linear non-homogeneous equation given. Correct answer is this is. Okay, fine. Next, let us take some other example. Okay, just to consider dy upon dx plus 4 times of y equal to x power 2. Is it linear or non-linear? What I had been told you, degree of differential coefficient must be 1. See there, and dependent variable ku 1 da iruknom. Y is the dependent variable and its degree is 1. Happy. But the problem is degree of this differential coefficient is 2. Is it linear? No. Correct answer is what? Non-linear. It is non-linear. Homogeneous or non-homogeneous? Non-homogeneous. Non-linear, non-homogeneous equation. Non-linear, non-homogeneous equation. Any doubts? No. Let's see next one. Let us take, right? So the next one is let me consider d square y upon dx square. I think things are going to be clear to you all, right? Let me write like this. dy by, okay, I think this does not require. Let me write directly. So that is going to be 4 times of ln y equal to ln x power 4, right? Now tell me, is it linear or non-linear? Non-linear. Why? Degree of differential coefficient 1, happy. Degree of dependent variable 1, happy. But this is transcendental. Can you accept it? No. So this is non-linear, non-homogeneous. Why? Because right side we have the signal. Let me write few more examples. It's very easy. Just by looking at the question, right, you'll be happily you can get 2 marks, right? Happily you can get 2 marks without wasting your time. Fraction of seconds, right? 2 seconds, 3 seconds are more than sufficient time in order to get the answer for this type of 2 more questions, right? Let us write few more things. d cube upon dx cube plus y, right, equal to ln x square. Is it linear or non-linear? Linear. Why? Because degree of differential equation, that is differential coefficient, is 1, dependent variable is 1, right? Whereas நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேன், செகண்ட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கண்டிஷன் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைட், செகண்ட் கண்டிஷன் y into dy by dx அந்த மாதிரி எந்த ஒரு கிராஸ் ப்ராடக்ட்டும் கிடையாது. ஸோ அதுவும் கிடையாது. நெக்ஸ்ட் டிரான்ஸ்டென்டல் டேர்ம்ஸும் கிடையாது. See, don't think about independent variable. I told you, your task is, your focus is you should think about dependent variable. Clear? So system is linear but non-homogeneous. System is linear and non-homogeneous. Why? Right side we have signal. Let me write y into d square y upon dx square plus x into dy by dx plus x into y is equal to 0. What is this? Is it linear or non-linear? Non-linear. Why? See there. Anyway, degree of differential equation is differential coefficient 1, degree 1, dependent variable 1. First condition is satisfied. Second condition, cross product cannot be allowed, na? Allow பண்ணிட்டீங்களே, y ஆல multiply இருக்கே. So this is not correct. So that is going to be what? So this is non-linear but homogeneous. Why? Because right side we don't have any signal, right? So that is non-linear homogeneous equation. Clear? That is how we are differentiating linear equations and non-linear equations. I hope things are very clear to you all. If you have any other doubts, you can ask in the group. Okay, fine. So with this, let's wind up the class. Tomorrow we have to solve the problems. I thought of completely that is solving all the problems today itself, but for time being I was unable to complete, right? So tomorrow we will take one more day. We will solve all the problems, right? I will solve some 20 to 30 problems in order to let you all to understand, because in the first order methods at all we saw just examples how to apply. But we have not seen the questions, right? We have to solve. While solving the questions, you will come to know how easy your differential equation is. Okay, that's all. With this, let's wind up the class. If you have any other doubts, please you can ask in the group. Okay, thank you all. Wind up.